Imagine a world in Japan just after the war. Industries rebuilding, companies diversifying, and innovation taking new directions. In that world emerged the motorcycle arm of Kawasaki. And riding at the vanguard was a modest 125 cubic centimeter bike that would mark the beginning of a legendary two-wheel journey. Today we dive deep into the story of Kawasaki's first ever complete motorcycle, how it came to be, its specs, its impact, and how it paved the way for one of the most iconic names in motorcycling. In this episode, from the roots of Kawasaki's engineering to the launch of the model, its technical details, production volume, as much as we can find, and what it meant for the brand going forward. Let's roll. The Kawasaki story begins long before motorcycles. Shozo Kawasaki founded the Kawasaki Tsukuji shipyard in Tokyo in 1878. Over decades, Kawasaki developed ships, rolling stock, aircraft engines, and other heavy machinery. After World War II, Kawasaki's aircraft and engine divisions had advanced engineering know-how. In the early 1950s, the company began producing small motorcycle engines. According to Kawasaki's own history, the first motorcycle engine was developed by Kawasaki's aircraft division, and mass production of engines began in 1953. In 1961 to 1963, the formal motorcycle manufacturing began. The company merged with Meguro Manufacturing Commercialisti, a motorcycle maker, in 1963 to form the dedicated motorcycle arm. So the stage was set. Kawasaki had deep engineering roots, access to aircraft-derived technologies, and a rapidly growing post-war Japanese motorcycling market. The first motorcycle built completely by Kawasaki components is the Kawasaki B8, produced from 1962 through 1965. As one source says, Kawasaki B8, based on the Meihatsu B7, which used Kawasaki engines, was the first motorcycle to be completely manufactured by Kawasaki. According to Kawasaki's timeline, the first Kawasaki branded motorcycle was produced in 1961 by the Kawasaki Aircraft Division. So we see, prior to full motorcycle production, Kawasaki made engines. By 1962, they had a full bike, B8, and by 1963, the merged entity KMC, Kawasaki Motorcycle Company, was formed. The B8 had a 125 cubic centimeter two-stroke engine and was built to establish Kawasaki in the motorcycle market. This model carried the Kawasaki aircraft badge initially, reflecting its heritage. Importance-wise, as Kawasaki's history puts it, our first motorcycle engine was designed based on technical know-how garnered from the development and production of aircraft engines. Unfortunately, precise global production numbers for the B8 are hard to locate in public records. Some sources indicate the first complete motorcycle production under Kawasaki may have been in limited numbers. One site says only around 1,500 units. Of the early model, though this figure is not fully verified. The official spec sheets did not list total units produced. Because Kawasaki was still small in the motorcycle sector, production was likely modest compared to later mass production models. What we do know, the B8 was built from 1962 to 1965. Also following the B8, Kawasaki used the platform for the B8M Red Tank Furore motocross version, indicating the B8 was a foundation model. This is one of those occasions in automotive/motorcycle history where exact production figures remain elusive, but the significance of the model is not diminished. The B8 marks Kawasaki's transition from component/engine maker to full motorcycle manufacturer. Even with low production, its legacy mattered. The B8 set the foundation for Kawasaki's future in motorcycling. Metallurgy, engine knowledge, chassis development all in place. The success of the B8 in endurance and competition, e.g. the B8M version achieving top 6 in a motocross race in 1963, demonstrated Kawasaki's engineering credentials. Following models built on this foundation, the W Series, the legendary Z1 of 1972, and onward. The motorcycle arm became a full-scale operation by the mid-1960s. Kawasaki's entries into performance bikes, H1 Mach 3, Z1, were built on the technological trajectory begun by models like B8. As Kawasaki celebrated its 70th anniversary of motorcycle making in 2023, they referenced the 1953 engine in early production in their timeline. For collectors and enthusiasts today, the B8 is a historical piece, the first true Kawasaki motorcycle, representing the genesis of a brand that would come to mean, let the good times roll. From a storytelling and video content perspective, the B8 shows how innovation often starts small. A modest 125cc bike can become the first chapter in a massive brand story. Technical continuity. Even though modern Kawasaki bikes are multi-cylinder, high-tech machines, their roots trace back to that first 125 cubic centimeter two-stroke. For viewers and motorcycle history buffs, understanding the B8 enriches appreciation of later Kawasaki models. They weren't just lucky successes. They built on decades of engine, frame, and racing experience. One can draw a direct line: aircraft engine know-how, Kawasaki small engine production, B8, performance bikes, current global Kawasaki brand. In any region, this story helps situate the brand's global influence and why Kawasaki is more than just a name.